If you're a security awareness professional, October's probably your busiest month. Of course, it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And just like last year, we've teamed up with Hoxhunt for Cybersecurity Awareness Month and put together a series of short videos covering social engineering in messaging apps, the psychology behind social engineering, how AI is powering spear phishing, and how you can spot deepfakes. These videos form part of Hoxhunt's toolkit, and each video is between 1 to 2 minutes long, making them perfect to share with friends, family, or your colleagues at work. You can check out more Awareness Month content at hoxhunt.com/CAM-toolkit, or follow Hoxhunt on LinkedIn to keep up with the latest cyber trends. And if you'd like bespoke video content for your organisation, drop us a line at hello@riskycreative.com. We'd love to chat. And now, on with the show. You're tuned into the Awareness Angle, the show where we cut through the cyber noise and get straight to what matters, the scams, slip-ups, and stories that you actually need to know. Views are our own, not our employers, so don't blame them, blame us. I'm Matt Davis, and as always, I'm here with Luke Pettigrew. How you doing, Luke?
Yeah, good, you?
I'm good.
Back again with another.
Episode 51.
Yeah, we've made it.
Yeah, we've made it. We're past 50, which is awesome. Awesome. Just a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to our newsletter along with the other 800 and something people, and our YouTube channel, newsletter. Get yourself to riskycreative.com or on LinkedIn, search for the Awareness Angle and you'll find it. It's there on my LinkedIn page. Our YouTube channel, Risky Creative, at Risky Creative on YouTube. Please subscribe. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers in order to make any money. We don't make any money currently. So if you could subscribe, we might be able to start making some money, which means we can do more cool things for you guys. So please subscribe to YouTube. You can follow us on TikTok. I'm InfoSecAnt on TikTok, InfoSecAnt, all one word, or Instagram at Risky Creative, where you can find clips and little bites from each episode. Anyway, should we get on with the show?
Awesome, yeah, let's get on with the news.
Let's get on with the news. Okay. Who's kicking us off this week? Do you want to go first? Shall I go first?
Yeah,
we should probably talk about this before we hit record.
I can do this one.
Go on then.
I mean, yeah, so this one's iCloud calendar abused to send phishing emails from Apple servers. So attackers have found a way to abuse Apple's own iCloud calendar system to send phishing emails and appearing as coming from a trusted Apple server. So they're creating and sharing malicious invites, and obviously these slip past any checks because they're appearing to come from Apple through the systems there, and then tricking people into clicking on links, handing over personal data, and they sort of appear as a legitimate thing, right? So people are struggling to spot them. But I mean, we've seen these with Google Calendar as well. That's kind of another thing. But here we are with Apple, and people tend to think Apple's safe, but we see more and more it's not.
The example they give in the article on this is just it's like a typical, really, really common scam. But it's dressed up as a calendar invite, so it's a little bit. It looks a little different because it's asking you to accept, decline, or maybe. But it's a PayPal scam. It's a typical PayPal scam. Invoice $600 and it's got the ICS attachment. It's got the calendar attachment, but it's come from email.apple.com. That's like the address that it looks like it's come from. So people are probably going to believe that.
Yeah, especially if
I would have thought.
You think if they would make the scam appear from Apple, like a subscription for Apple or a new iPhone, you might think that's real.
Yeah, it's
especially they put the support number as well, right? But it's a fake scam call center, like we covered before.
Oh, our PayPal video. How frequently do we point back to that? Do you know what I mean? It's this is like a double scam. Number one, you might go. I mean, they want you to pay, and this might lead to. I don't think there's a link in the email because previously this link to emails like this would link to a genuine money request that had been sent from someone unknown. So it's kind of like a double double scam because you might click the link and accept the money request. I don't know why you would, but someone vulnerable may without realizing. And if you're concerned, you phone the number, which takes you through to a call center run by scammers. So, yeah, it's not good for Apple. Have they patched it?
I'm not sure if they can at the minute, but it looks of how that is working.
Bleeping Computer contacted Apple about this scam, but did not receive a response. So at the moment, if you receive an email from an address that ends apple.com and it's asking you for something strange, goes back to all the advice, as you can see in our Hoxhunt videos. If it just makes you feel a bit funny or doesn't look right, then it's probably a scam.
Yeah.
So pay attention. Yeah. Right. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yeah.
I have Qantas. So I think we spoke about this before a few episodes ago. So Qantas suffered a data breach. Qantas obviously is the Australian airline, and they had a cyber attack in July that exposed the data of 5.7 million people. Okay. It was linked to Scattered Spider, like every other big name cyber attack has been over the past months. Scattered Spider were going over after airlines, and Qantas was one of those. Their systems are all secure and everything now. This story is interesting because Qantas have cut executive bonuses by 15% after this, even though they reported $1.5 billion profit last financial year. In the light of this and current situation, they have cut executive bonuses. Well, that's a way to make the board care about cybersecurity, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's directly, despite the strong performance, the board decided to reduce annual bonuses by 15% points as a result of the impact the cyber incident had on our customers. This reflects their shared accountability whilst acknowledging the ongoing efforts to support customers and put in place additional protections for customers. That's what Qantas Group Chairman John Mullen said. So I think that's amazing. Like, it's great that they've actually taken some responsibility and it's actually impacted, if they take the PR on that, if your board takes all of their money away, but all their customers have been breached, doesn't leave a good. So well done, Qantas.
Positive.
Really, really good.
Them,
yeah. I wonder if more boards would do that. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, you don't hear about it a lot.
If you're struggling, if you're an awareness professional and you're struggling to get engagement from your senior leaders, maybe you should share this article with them in some roundabout way. Just tell this story, because I'm sure your senior leaders don't want to lose 15% of their bonuses.
No.
So, yeah. I mean, breaches happen, right? No system is 100% unbreachable. I'm sure there's a vendor out there that markets that. But yeah, I think that's probably a good one to tell your board or tell your teams.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Next one.
Yeah.
So the next one we've got is a Nexar Dashcam video database has been hacked. This is a Malwarebytes post here. So it says how a hacker has cracked into a database of video recordings taken from Nexar branded cameras, which are a brand of dash cam that people have obviously put in their cars, and then one of their products, or some of them, offers like a automatic cloud upload for like critical incidents, AI driven insights and real-time road alerts and stuff. So it appears here that this is uploaded various pieces of data. So the video itself and some metadata, maybe it includes the location as well. Probably has like GPS coordinates and stuff. But there's a bit of a concern there about the privacy and various other risks, potentially how the footage could be misused. It's a bit of a strange one.
When you look at the Nexar website, Nexar, Video evidence when you need it the most. Drive protected with your AI driving sidekick. I never really thought I'd need AI in my dash cam, I have to be honest. This is another one of those. They were too busy thinking if they could. They didn't stop to think if they should.
Yeah.
But I'm just always connected with built-in 4G. So they do cameras that have built-in 4G LTE connections. So they keep you connected whenever you drive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it's chucking all of that footage up into the cloud. Yeah, here we go. Remote video streaming. Worry about your car. Check on it at any time, anywhere. Live GPS tracking. Track your vehicle 24/7. Real-time emergency alerts. Easily share-proof. Sending video evidence has never been easier. Sending video evidence to the hackers has never been easier. I like your slip of the tongue when you said crackers have hacked. I think we should start calling hackers crackers. But yeah, it's clearly.
Yeah,
I imagine there's a load of corporate solutions involved in that as well, which will be an interesting one. I wonder if there's, because if you've got a delivery fleet or a fleet of drivers and you've put Nexar cameras in, then potentially customer data. I'm just wondering whether or not there's your customer data could be stored in the Nexar.
Yeah,
like you might talk about addresses or video people, addresses, houses.
There's some stuff here where it talks about how Nexar also sells access to reportedly blurred images captured by the cameras and other data to companies. They monetize the data and recordings. City Stream Map uses some of those images apparently, and various other things. But yeah, it says here how the hacker found them on a improperly secured AWS bucket. 130 terabytes of data. And basically they were able to access it because every dashcam had a key to the database, which is, I guess, how it was uploading the footage to it. But the privileges on that were too high. So it allowed, not only to be able to upload its own data, but access every piece of data. It's a bit of a whoopsie there from whoever set that up.
I've just found, so whereas I went to getnexar.com because I Googled Nexar Dashcams, I've just dug a little deeper and there's nexar-ai.com, which is an AI platform for the real world with over 1 billion insights collected per month. Nexar is the largest and freshest data set organizing the world into actionable insights. So they are. I wonder if you go and buy a Nexar Dashcam, whether you realize, and there's probably an opt-in that I imagine is disguised very well, but there's 200 million miles of road data captured monthly, 5 trillion images processed, 59 million videos recorded monthly. That's mad.
Wow, yeah.
And it's being used, like it mentions here, Waymo, autonomous driving, autonomous intelligence. So, yeah.
That's quite crazy. All from a dash cam.
All from a dash cam. Like, think of them, but they've gone from just being a dash. I mean, maybe they weren't ever. I don't know the history of Nexar. But I imagine at some point there's a company there that were like, oh, we just made dash cams. And now it's like, hang on. Someone's actually gone, hang on. Your cameras we could sell, like, all of a sudden a brand new market opened. Yeah. That's, be careful. What have I got? I've got dash cam, but it's not connected. You see, this is where cheaping out sometimes really works, right? Because I've got a really cheap dash cam in one car, and in the other car I do have a dash cam, but it's not connected. I have to connect it to my phone if I want to download the data. So just be careful what you wish for. It might sound like a good idea, but it might not.
Probably one of those times where you should have read the terms and conditions, because there's all these users that probably have no idea that this happens.
At some point during that setup, you're going to have to accept that or allow that. I would imagine that will be detailed somewhere that you would have to click a box. But how many people read the terms and conditions? People just click through, and they know that. Interesting. If you have a Nexar webcam, dash cam, you might want to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. So the next story, this is, I won't go deeply into this because this is a whole blog post. It's quite an interesting read though. So I think if you are interested by this topic, sign up for the newsletter because there'll be a link to the whole blog post in the newsletter, and the blog post will put it better than I will. Huntress. Okay. So, Huntress researchers got a rare inside look at a live attacker operation. So they stumbled upon exposed command and control servers. And it's amazing. This access revealed the attackers' playbooks, stolen data, and even their real-time communications, offering an unusual detailed view of how a cybercrime group runs its campaigns. It's valuable because it helps defenders understand attacker tactics beyond just technical indicators. So this gave us insight into their business-like operations, which was incredible. So I believe this happened because someone, I'm just scrolling down the article here. So this blog post reads, like most good stories, this one starts in the middle and works its way back and forth. So how did this person of interest get our attention? So Huntress run Google ads, okay? And they had a sponsored link on Google. It all started with a nicely placed Google ad. The attacker tripped across our ad while researching another security solution. We confirmed this is how they found us by examining their Google Chrome browser history. An example of this, how this may have appeared to them in the moment, can be seen in Figure 1. And we see a Google search result, and that search result has Bitdefender at the top as a sponsored link, and it has Huntress as number 2. So Google ads in full effect, we can see there. And then we look and it says, it appears that the attacker became interested in Huntress while simultaneously trying out Bitdefender. After hitting our comparison page, they could hardly contain themselves and started a trial immediately, and were able to follow their journey through their Chrome history, as seen in Figure 2. It's no secret that threat actors may install security products for research purposes or even for legitimate use. And in fact, the adversary was interested in other products in addition to Bitdefender and Huntress. We found evidence that they'd bought a Malwarebytes subscription. So we knew this was an adversary rather than a legitimate user based on several telling clues. The red flag was that the unique machine name used by the individual was the same as one we had tracked in several incidents prior to them installing the agent. Further investigation revealed other clues, such as the threat actor's browser history, which appeared them actively trying to target organizations, craft phishing messages, find and access running instances of evil Genix, and more. We also have our suspicions that the operating machine where Huntress was installed was being used as a jump box by multiple threat actors, but we don't have solid evidence. This blog post continues, and if you're interested into the anatomy of an attack or how these things work, this is such a great deep dive by Huntress. It's really, 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 really good. Tells you all about the threat actors and what they do and how they work. So use of Google Translate as well. It really is a good expose. There's so much here. We could do it'd be like story time. We might gain a slightly different audience maybe, but it's an interesting one. So if you want to find out some more about that, we will put it in the newsletter and you can link to that and you can read it and find out all about it. But yeah, even the attackers can make mistakes quite easily and install security tools that then can be used in reverse.
No, it's quite crazy. Sounds like a fun read though. I'll have to check it of that.
Yes. If you can't be bothered to read it, chuck it into ChatGPT and ask for a summary, or ask it to read it to you. Google LM will read, Notebook LM will read it to you.
Yeah. Cool. Next story, I guess. So yeah, final story, I think. Plex suffer a data breach and warn customers to change passwords. So yeah, this was a couple of days ago, maybe a few days ago by now. Well, by the time this releases, but so yeah, as happened before, Plex announced a new security breach exposing user data, and the last time that happened was in 2022. and they're advising people to change their password. And basically, they're saying that your Plex account information is potentially out there. It says here in this news article by Beta News that Plex tried to downplay the severity of the breach. They've said an unauthorized third-party access a limited subset of customer data from one of our databases. But obviously, it's not the first time that they've had a problem. They sent an email out to customers affected, it seems.
They did, and I have that email. I am a Plex user. Let me just open this up here, and I'll share it with you. It's quite a detailed email, actually, as they go. I don't know whether they assume the average Plex user is slightly knowledgeable on these things, maybe. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
But it's we can see here. Action required. Notice of potential security incident. We've recently experienced a security incident that may potentially involve your Plex account information. We believe the impact of this incident is limited. However, action is required from you to ensure your account remains secure. So yeah, they said they quickly contain the incident. Information that was accessed includes emails, usernames, and securely hashed passwords. Any account passwords that were accessed were securely hashed in accordance with best practices, meaning they cannot be read by a third party. However, we recommend you immediately reset your password. Yeah, that's.
I guess they still are quick about it, but it's a bit weird to me to be like potentially affected. Surprised I didn't just blanket reset everybody's password. But
yeah, maybe they haven't got the ability. I don't know. They probably have, but it's one of those. I don't know. Disruption. Again, that's like businesses would make call over. You'd have business functions going, we can't disrupt everyone. And then you've got security going, but you really need to. We can't log everyone out, but you really need to. Like it's so, yeah. But hey, Plex have done it. The emails, I mean, that email's quite wordy. It's quite long. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraphs of text. It's a long one if you're not that engaged. And it doesn't open that sharp. Like I would have like a kind of TLDR at the bottom. We have had a cyber incident. You need to reset your password. It doesn't say that right at the top. It doesn't even tell you need to reset your password to the middle of paragraph 3. And even then it says it's recommended. So I'd have made that a little bit more. You could have played on it. Like, we really care about security. So we're asking you to reset your password. Like, your security is of the utmost importance to us. So we would like you to reset your password. Like, players are positive, right? Yes, there's been an incident. We think your information is safe, but because we care so much about you, we want to make sure 100% you're safe. That's how, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
that's how I would have worded it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't think there's much more really on this one.
No, I don't think so. If you're a Plex user, reset your password.
Yeah, I'm not a Plex user, so I don't really know what's at risk with a Plex account. But
I mean, they say payment details aren't taken, so you can be a Plex subscriber. So they take credit card payments and bank payments. Other than that, it's kind of like a Netflix. So they're going to find, I suppose, with Plex, you can self-host. So there is the opportunity that people would get access to a GUI that I was hosting on my network.
Right.
I don't know if they'd easily, I mean, they might be able to get information from that about my network, but I can't even check on it at the moment because I haven't got my Plex up and running. But they could see my viewer history. They could see what I've watched and what I haven't watched, which I suppose could be used to build a social profile of me. I think the biggest thing they'd do if they got usernames and passwords, like we see, is they'll probably sell account access. So people would buy 100 Plex accounts and chuck them like they do with Netflix and stuff. Like they used to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you've got a Plex account, we recommend you, they recommend you reset your password. We recommend that you definitely should reset your password. I have reset my password. So, yeah, go do it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That is all the news we have for this week. Like lightning. We've gone through the news. Right. Awareness. I've got a couple of things I wanted to talk about this week. 3 things, actually. Have you seen our Hoxhunt videos? We won't preach on about it. Hoxhunt.com/CAM-toolkit. They're free. There's unbranded ones. So there's videos. I mean, they're all branded with me because it's got my face on and Luke behind the camera. But there's videos in there that have Hoxhunt branding on and don't have Hoxhunt branding on. And there's videos from Dr. Jessica Parker, who's an awareness advocate and one of the biggest names in the awareness field. We're humbled to be sharing the same toolkit as her. So get yourself there. It tells you how to use them as well. It's not just videos. There's templates, there's messages, there's emails, tells you how to use them. They've written the scripts for you, basically, so you can just copy and paste if you want. It's all there, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. If you're an awareness professional and you are in the north of England or you like train journeys, get yourself to Leeds on the 24th of September. It's in the morning. It's a morning thing, 9:30 till 1. Know Before, as part of Leeds Digital Festival, Know Before have organised CyberSecure Leeds 2025. When AI strikes, humans defend. So, hosted at the iconic Granary. Granary is a lovely venue. I was there earlier this year. It's a lovely canal side warehouse. This is a great session. I'm going to be there. And I am on a panel with Javad Malik from Know Before and Jack Chapman, who is also at Know Before, and James Dyer from Know Before. So, wow, I'm really, really privileged to be there because I'm not from Know Before. So it's going to be a really cool session, really interesting. We're going to talk about AI-driven threats, how you can build cyber resilience and reduce your phish-prone percentage, and how ongoing security awareness training can lower risk. So get yourself to Leeds. Details of that will be in our newsletter, 24th of September, 9:30 to 1. If you're an awareness professional as well, just wanted to let you know that the agenda for HuFiCon, the Human Firewall Conference, which is SoSafe's conference that they host in Cologne in Germany in November. The agenda is now live and it's 2 days, Tuesday and a Wednesday, which I quite like, in early November. 2 days of really good talks. And they've got some great speakers there. They've got Ralph Schumacher, the former Formula One driver there as part of the speaking team as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going. It's really cheap as well. Like to fly out to Germany for 2 nights and stay has cost less than £200.
Okay, well, not bad.
I mean, I booked it a couple of months ago, but Ryanair flights, hotel accommodation, less than £200. So cheap, I didn't even bother asking my employer if they wanted to fund it. I just did it out of my own pocket. £200, couple of nights in Cologne. Lovely. So if you fancy it, Luke, if you fancy it, or if anyone else fancies it, book yourself in at humanfirewallconference.com, powered by SoSafe. And it's all about humans and the, our side of security, really. The photos from last year, the venue looks amazing as well. Like it looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome. It's not, I don't think it's huge, but it looks amazing. So yeah, get yourself to HuFiCon.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Right. That's the awareness this week. I had a couple of things I wanted to mention. I know you've got one thing you want to mention as well. A couple of weeks ago, episode 48, we spoke about fake copyright emails that were delivering malware. And I completely missed this, but Ozan from KeepNet shared on our LinkedIn newsletter, shared a letter that he had actually received from Clayton Attorneys at Law, which is one of these fake claims. And I was like, wow, that's it's amazing that he's shared this. I completely missed it at the time, but I thought it's worth giving it a mention. I'm just going to share it here. And it's quite, come on now, come on, screen sharing, wake up. There we go. So you can see this, and it's addressed to him at KeepNet from the Cayman Islands. Well, Canada and the Cayman Islands. I hope this letter finds you in good spirits. My name is Paul Mamo. I'm a partner at Clayton Attorneys, Canada. You may find it unexpected to receive this correspondence as we have not communicated before. The transaction involves an unclaimed savings deposit of $15,030,000 United States dollars. $15,030,000 at a reputable bank security company. This account held by one of our clients who was an international trader in crude oil and petrochemicals. He died in an accident over 9 years ago. Since his death, no one has come forward for the claim of funds, and all our efforts to locate his relatives have proved unsuccessful. According to the provisions outlined in the bank code, any monetary deposits that remain unclaimed by their rightful owners must be submitted. Anyway, this is basically saying you have, what, $15 million?
Yeah.
Which is like, wow, you're rich. It's 100% risk-free. I do have all the necessary documentation. You look at this letter and you can't, if you're listening to this, you can't see it. But contact me via email address, claytonlegallaw.com. Copy a Gmail address. So there's a red flag straight away. Like, oh yeah, send it to my corporate address, but make sure you include my personal address just in case. And you guarantee a response is going to come from that Gmail address. Another thing I picked up on, there was a capital H where it shouldn't have been. And I know we shouldn't look at stuff like that anymore because that's like a real red flag. But yeah, thank you for sharing this. I just thought this was, this is like a phishing letter. It's not even a phishing email.
Yeah.
This is a phishing letter.
That's quite incredible. A lot of money there available.
And it says, I kindly request your consent to enter a partnership with me regarding the claim. Since you share the same last name and nationality as the deceased, I believe we are in a unique position to proceed together. If you agree to have your name added to the policy, all proceeds will be processed on your behalf. I would like to clarify that I propose to allocate 10% of the funds to charity organisations, while the remaining 90% will be divided between us. I will receive 30% and you will receive 60%. So 10% to charity. Brilliant. That's a great touch. Why, if someone's gone to all this effort, would they only take 30%? Because all Ozan's got is the same last name. He's not, the letter doesn't state that he's a relative. This is like someone coming at me going, you've got the surname Davis. Here is 60% of $15 million just because you've got the surname Davis. I'm like, amazing. Yeah. Does it sound too good to be true? Does it?
It's crazy. Can't believe they've gone to the effort of that letter as well.
How many of these do you think get sent out? Do you know what the funniest thing is? That business actually appears to exist. Oh, I wonder. I wonder. I might reach out to Ozan and I might say, "Do you mind if I contact them and see what they say?" Because let me just scam letter. They've got a website. Oh no, hang on. Here we go. Is this from a year ago? Is this from the same one? No, it is just a variation of again, it's just a phishing email pretending to be someone it isn't, which is why they ask you to copy in the personal Gmail account.
Yeah.
So, there's loads. You Google it, and there's lots of these. It's an old known scam, like the old, Nigerian prince scam. But it's amazing the effort people go to.
Yeah, I know.
Right, that was that one. I did have a couple more that I wanted to mention. As normal, I've been on the cybersecurity subreddit, like I do most weeks, and this was an interesting one. What's the wildest security breach you've ever been a part of? We always hear about massive breaches in the news, but these stories get sanitized and is almost without giving out any. It's always almost given out in a PR friendly way. So You never get the real dirt. It's always like it's been through the PR team. We know that. We know that's how it works because it's always, internal comms, external comms, PR, they've all been across it. So this top one I thought was amazing. Okay.
Mm.
Fairly recently, an end user got scammed via LinkedIn trying to apply for a new job on a company laptop while in the office. When he couldn't access the job offer document, the process of doing so instructed the user to copy and paste a PowerShell one-liner into run for security checks. Copy and paste into a run. Yeah. He grabbed one of the on-site IT guys who promptly did the same thing. Copied and pasted into the run box. Then wondered why random things appeared to install themselves. So ClickFix, and the IT guy has also done ClickFix. That machine got isolated and rebuilt pretty quickly. The IT guy basically got demoted, and the end user is on a naughty list that can only access 365 apps via a web browser now. Definitely had a worse time, but that's the worst one this year that I've been involved at. And then it says other ones I've seen, a school having all their servers encrypted because they left a terminal server open to the world. And one of the admin accounts had a pretty basic, easy to guess password. I've seen that happen at an air conditioning company in the UK 15 years ago. They had 3389 RDP open on their on-premise Exchange server. Their only backup drive was plugged into the server. It all got encrypted with ransomware. Do you know what their password was? I remember it. It's so simple. 15 years later, I remember it. An air conditioning company, capital A, number 1, lowercase r.
Wow.
3 letters. Oh, but I've got a capital and a number in it. 3 letters. A1R was their RDP password. Yeah, it's ClickFix. It happens, right? People, and even the IT guy fell for it.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Demoting him. I mean, there is an educate. I'm not sure. Probably should know better. Maybe. There was a few good ones. The only big one here was about 10 years ago when an employee downloaded a personal council tax bill from their local council. When opened, it triggered a ransomware attack. And at the time, we happened to be trialing a managed security service via Thales, and they'd installed a FireEye device and some other appliances in our network. They picked up the attack really quickly and were on the phone to us before we'd even realised something was up. We had a least privilege policy in place. Many people don't have that in place. So the blast radius was limited, and we had backups, so the impact was minimal. It was a real wake-up call. This is the best bit. The real interesting thing for me, though, was even though we had absolutely identified the source and could evidence it, the council was completely uninterested that they were spreading malware.
Wow. I wonder what happened
is
there.
mad. And, well,
hacked account.
Could be the fact they didn't care. In response to that, someone said, "I'm sure no amount of employee awareness training could have stopped that one from slipping through the cracks. Looked legit from a known source, was likely an expected document. It's a hard one, but you can't estimate the power of least privilege." And then it says, absolutely, we didn't in any way blame the employee. We used the incident as an example for training and to support our security strategy. So that's a great example of how you can't lay the blame at the end user. Strength in defensive depth, right? It's if you have all these checks at different layers.
Yeah.
So,
there's the risk there of using work machines for personal reasons, right? It might not have been a council tax. It could have been anything.
It could have been. There is probably a breach of policy there that, companies don't really enforce that unless they're looking for a reason. But
some great stories.
Why do end users have access to PowerShell when they aren't admin? And I know that's one of the things that would come up if I shared this on TikTok. People go, people shouldn't be. But in many organizations, people have permission that they shouldn't have because not all organizations are mature enough to do stuff. So, yeah. That was that one. I've got one more topic I wanted to talk to you about this week. I've lost my page. Here it is. And we don't need to go deep into this, but this be another interesting one that I'll share on the newsletter. because it's a bit of a read. And this is what framing security alerts as binary true or false positive is costing you. So this is more for a technical audience and more for your SecOps team, if you have a SecOps team or a security operations function. But it talks about, ask anyone who's worked in a SOC long enough and they'll tell you that debates over true positive versus false positive happen a lot. Usually the conversation goes in circles. One person insists it was a false positive and another says, well, technically it was a true positive, and then they come away with different definitions. But we're trying to use a binary system to describe something that's more nuanced. And I think we'd all agree now that things are a lot more nuanced. It's not always black and white. There's many, many shades of grey in between. So I thought this was interesting. This article talks about measuring them on impact, for example. So you add a layer of intent or disposition. So you could say true positive malicious, true positive suspicious, true positive no business impact, and false positive. And I think if you've got a mature SOC, they may already be doing this, right? But I think it's not a very long article. Look, I'm at the bottom already. But I think it's an interesting one to have that conversation and just say, are we looking at things in the right way? Because what is a true positive to one person might be a false positive to another, for example. So, yeah,
quite interesting.
It's an interesting one. The concepts of true positive and false positive aren't new. Signal detection theory is a framework first formalized in the 1950s to model how humans and systems make decisions in noisy environments. Think radar operators trying to spot enemy aircrafts. So I thought that was quite a little bit of history there.
Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll put that on the newsletter. So you can read more about that and talk about it with your tech teams if you want to sound like you're interested in what they do.
Oh,
Luke, you had something to talk about this week. Look forward to this conversation.
well, I don't know how much we'll probably ignore the topic that it's actually about, but just the whole thing of this video that I'm sure many people have seen. I'll put it up and I'll bring up the video first. I won't play all of it.
Let's just make it clear. We won't talk about the politics because that's a contentious subject. So this is, we won't get into the politics of it, but we're talking purely about the delivery of the message from President Trump.
Yeah. So, well, this video is someone analyzing it, and we won't play the video itself, but we'll go for this one.
Yeah.
There's no proof he used AI for this speech, but here's why so many of you thought he did. First, there are subtle movements in the trees which AI does not do. But the most compelling and clear real-life proof are the very specific, subtle window reflections. The visible movements of the camera operator in the glass is a distinct, subtle reflection of white text scrolling over a blue background on a teleprompter. This is hidden by the TikTok and Instagram UI, but visible in the tweets. It has a realistic teleprompter scrolling cadence, and any seasoned camera operator would identify that. There is also a subtle blue glare shining across the camera lens to match that background. That's why it has a blue tint. He dutifully follows the teleprompter, as I am now, while he is sad, as I am now, as I defend a man who likes to call Wilkins AI whenever he wants, but here I am anyway. But seriously, AI would not mimic those very specific mistakes. The video is shot in 16:9, as seen on the White House tweet, so cropping in on TikTok or Instagram makes it look fuzzy, like an AI video. There's a very specific problem with the video I need to highlight, and apologies, it is quite...
It gets a bit technical, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
So you shared the original, I think ITV News, you shared the TikTok with me.
Mm-hmm.
And ITV News had shared it as it was a genuine video. But then when you looked in the comments, everyone was talking about it being AI. And my initial thought, your initial thought, I think we both thought it was AI.
Yeah.
Like having a quick glance, TikTok 16:9, for all the reasons he said, it was lower quality.
It's like quite uncanny, very static.
Donald Trump hardly moves in the whole thing. And I went back and watched it, and his finger taps a couple of times, which there could have been a pattern to it, but he's so static, like as a board.
Mm-hmm.
Normally is he an animated speaker? I mean, he's sat there very still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think people made
but
point that usually uses his hands a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of gesticulation with his hands. Lots of he's often mimicked by comedians with like the hands and the fists and stuff. Small hands, apparently. It's interesting that we're even debating an official White House AI video, and it's been everywhere. Like loads of people have been talking about this being AI. Interestingly, as you said to me before we hit record on this, when you look at the full 16:9 widescreen version, it's clearer that it isn't AI. And I noticed the blue. I didn't clock it was a teleprompter, but I noticed the blue movement above his head that I thought was some light reflection. I thought it was light reflecting off the window at the background. Now he said teleprompter, makes so much sense because I mean, if I was them, I'd go for a black teleprompter rather than a blue one, just to try and avoid that. You wouldn't get that glare with a white text on a black teleprompter.
Yeah, no, it's just quite crazy how people was speculating whether it's been AI generated, and there was I think there was like one or two weird cuts in there where they done like a morph cut, so it kind of looked like AI going a bit funny with like blurring happening here and there. But it's quite interesting. Like people are questioning real content now as being AI generated, whether it's not even like a misinformation message on this one. It was a genuine message, but I think people were just shocked that it could have been AI.
This was literally Donald. The problem is it's a perfect storm of events, isn't it? So Donald, I won't get into the politics of it, but everyone was saying Donald Trump hadn't been seen in public for days. And then like just recently there's comments about his health and stuff. And then obviously tragic events, and for anyone getting killed, Charlie Kirk is assassinated in America and then murdered in America. And then Donald Trump releases this video about his death. But it's just like he had to release a video, and it's a very powerfully charged message that he's done. But it's not his normal animated self. And I'll just share now the original video you shared with me. This is it, September the 11th of all days, ITV News. And this is like, there's no mention of this being AI when you look at it, but you just scroll down to the comments. The top comment is he seriously using AI? The next comment, it's so weird that the White House released such an obvious deepfake AI video to all news agencies. I wonder why. This is clearly AI. Why are they using AI? Like it's crazy that all the comments, AI, question mark, AI, hey? Everyone's talking about this being AI, but it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's the opposite of Joe Rogan. It's the opposite of Joe Rogan. It's kind of the opposite of Joe Rogan from last week, isn't it? Where Joe Rogan was told it was AI. He's like, oh, I'm going to believe it anyway. Even though it is AI, I'm still going to believe it. This isn't AI, apparently. Or is it? And they've put those things in post. This is where it gets really... like, is there a way to edit AI enough that you can drop obvious... Everything he's talked, you edit video and you do animation. There would have been a way, potentially, to put that blue glow in teleprompter, and you could have added a couple of subtle signs, couldn't you?
Yeah, quite easily.
Yeah.
Sure, someone will analyze it more deeply, and maybe there'd be an AI detector.
my immediate thing was to look at how much the body moved, and I watched it back just before we started, and I looked at the body movement and the chair movement in the background, and the chair moved. Like I thought, I wasn't expecting them to move. I thought the shoulders would be static, the chair would be static. I thought they would have animated the hands and the head, but you actually do see very tiny movement in the chair and very tiny movement in the shoulders. So, but it's really, really much clearer in the larger one. It's when the quality drops that it makes you think it's AI.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Interesting.
So
we cover all those signs as well in our deepfake video that you can get.
Check out the Hoxhunt. Do you know what? Not that all we talk about is that video, but we've made a deepfake awareness video that actually doesn't include any deepfake. And we could have done, because we have the technology. We've done it before. We did it in last year's video, which you can still use. It's on our YouTube channel. You can use that if you want. It's unbranded there. There's a deepfake of me in it. But everybody's seen a deepfake now. and they're everywhere. So now, like, let's not get all like amazed by the tech. Let's just focus on the messaging. Like, we know what to look for. You know what it looks like. Now you just got to learn what to look for, and you don't necessarily need to be shown that, because the signs today could change tomorrow, and next week it could be another leap, you know, and this technology is constantly getting harder. It's more and more about how it makes you feel and the message, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about the soppy stuff inside, which is, yeah.
Cool.
Right. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Excellent. So subscribe on YouTube, at Risky Creative, Instagram at Risky Creative, TikTok at InfoSecAn, riskycreative.com. Join us, become a member. We have a member. Become a member. Buy for the price of a coffee. There's some merch on there as well. Get yourself some t-shirts, some stickers, newsletter. Sign up for the Awareness Angle newsletter. Go to hoxhunt.com/CAM-toolkit. I think is that everything? Have I missed anything?
No, I think that's all. Yeah, all the important bits.
Okay. Amazing. And get yourself to Leeds and HuFiCon. Let me know if you're going to HuFiCon. We'll grab a coffee. We'll have a Tuesday night in Cologne. What happens at a Tuesday night in December in Cologne? I've got no idea. My favourite band is playing in Cologne, but 4 weeks before the conference, which is really unfortunate.
Oh, no.
So they never tour in the UK, just Germany, even though they're English. So Reading's biggest band in Germany, probably. Anyway. Right. Thank you very much. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I will speak to you next time.
You too, yeah. Catch you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.